Hello and welcome back to another video. In this video I am going to do some more Branded Despia. Now in last video I did some explaining some combo lines, what cards did, and I just basically showed the combos in solo. Time around I have gathered some gameplays from Ranked and I'm going to be going through them and explaining some combo lines and what I've done against real people, right? So game 1 here, and I'm going to be going over the deck profile in the end of the video. So for game 1 here, I've got Mercourier, Saronir, Allure and Fusion Deployment. It's his turn first, so he's going to do his combos. Looks like he's playing Sword Soul Tenyu here. I activate Saronir to banish his Ashuna, so he can't use Ashuna's graveyard effect. When you have a non-effect monster on the field, your Tenyu monsters can activate effects in their graveyards. So I've just banished it with Saronir and summoned it. He had Sword Soul, Long Yarn, activate Long Yarn, discard summon token into a level 10. He makes level 8. Baxia. Shuffle Saronir back into the deck. Resolve. He sends another Tenyu to summon Chen-Yang. He's going to inflict 1200 to me. He's going to activate his Tenyu in the graveyard because he has a non-effect monster, which is the requirement of Tenyu graveyard effects. He's now banished it to summon another Tenyu from his deck, which is for Shooter. Uses them to go into Shaman. Activate, send, summon, end phase. Now it's my turn. Since it's my second turn, I get to draw another card, which is Polymerization. Activate Allure of Darkness. I draw 2, and I send Mercourier to the banish to activate its banish effects to add Kitt. I then activate Deployment, summon Albaz, so I can start removing some of his strong monsters here, because I don't really have anything in my hand that can do that right now. So summon Albaz to target his strong Chen-Yung monster, so he can't get rid of any of my stuff. And then I summon Mirror Jade, and I basically have nearly full advantage here already. I activate Regained, so I can get even more advantage off Mirror Jade's effect, so I can draw a card. I activate Kitt because Kitt requires a Fallen of Albaz fusion monster on the field to special summon, which I've special summoned here. You can see right here when I press this that that's my normal summon, and I still have a normal summon, so I've special summoned Kitt because here's my Fallen of Albaz fusion monster. Then I activate Kitt to search. I add Branded Fusion, send something back, and what I've sent back is Polymerization because I don't really need it right now. So I've activated Mirror Jade's effect, sending Albion so I can get more advantage, to banish Baxia, activate Regain, send it back, draw a card, activate Opening, to send Saronir to the graveyard because I can gain effects from it, and to save my Branded Fusion, to summon Aluber to search the deck. Saronir's graveyard effect and Aluber change, resolve. Saronir's effect I send Retribution so I can retrieve a spell trap, which will be Branded Fusion. And Aluber's effect to add Lost. I put Lost down so I can protect my Branded Fusion. I use Kitt and Albaz to summon Sprind, Iron and Dash Dragon. Activated Lost, and then I've chained the effect of Branded Retribution. Banish that to add Branded Fusion back to the hand. Resolve. Add Branded Fusion back to the hand. Lost effect to add the Albion Shrouded Dragon. I use this card's effect. It can move to another monster zone. All cards in that zone get destroyed. So I've moved the Sprind card from this zone to this zone to then destroy that Shooter on their field. So an Albion, send a card, send that back to the deck, draw a card. Frightfur Patchwork to add Polymerization. Edge Imp Chain. Then shuffle the deck. I then use Poly to use Aluber and Edge Imp Chain more specifically, so I can then use this graveyard effect to add a Patchwork to the hand, to then add a Polymerization, and then another Edge Imp Chain back to my hand. So resolve, I've summoned Masquerade the Blazing Dragon off it. This card requires Despian monster and a light or dark. Aluber was the Despia monster. Edge Imp Chain was the dark monster in this case, but you can also use a light monster. And then Edge Imp Chain's effect activates. I add Frightfur Patchwork to the hand. Battle phase, attack Shaman, destroy. Main 2, end phase. Albion's effect in the end phase. To put a Retribution on the field so that I can yet again recycle Branded Fusion and also use its on-field effect that negates special summons. The reason I've specifically chosen Retribution in this case is so that if my opponent goes to special summon and start up his combos again, I can just negate it and win the game. So now it's my opponent's turn and he gives up. Let's get into game 2. Now we're in game 2. It's my opponent's turn, so in my hand here I have Tragedy, Maxx, Bystial Lubellion, Allure of Darkness, and Fusion Deployment. This is a good going second hand because I have Maxx and I have Allure of Darkness to draw even more cards. Off Allure of Darkness I have the option to banish Despian Tragedy. Tragedy is a good banish because it has banish zone effects when it's sent there. Since it's turn 2, I'm drawing a card which is Frightfur Patchwork. He's activated Dimension Shifter. So basically, if you have no cards in your graveyard, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard. Until the end of the next turn, any card sent to the graveyard is banished instead. So it's a hand trap, he's activated it, sent Maxx, because he's chaining 2. He's activating it now so he can draw more cards to unbrick. If he activated it after this card's effect has resolved, he wouldn't be able to do it. So he's chain 2'd it so he can gain card draws off the Maxx. So we're under Maxx in this turn, resolve, and any monster we send to the graveyard is going to be banished. So that's our conditions we're playing under. Main phase 1, Allure of Darkness, draw 2. I've drawn Maxx and another Tragedy. Tragedy is a more than fine okay banish, so we can gain effects when it's banished. Send that 2, we don't need it. Add Aluber, effect, Branded Fusion, Patchwork, Deployment, Blazing Cartesia. I'm not going to summon Yugioh because I need Cartesia to recycle my plays and keep fusion summoning with this card. It's a very important card to the deck's consistency. It's my opponent's turn. He's playing Cartesia. Cartesia plays 2 level 7s. He can go into Shangri-La. I'm taking the bullet here and I'm summoning Quiritus so I can reduce his monster's attack levels to 0 during the battle phase. I've then activated Tragedy's effect. I banished it to actually summon Quiritus off Blazing Cartesia's effect. So I've chain 2, chain 3 Quiritus's effect to actually chain block the Despian Tragedy from any effects he might have, and to also activate this effect to reduce his monster's levels of attack to 0, so he can't attack my monsters and deal damage to me during the battle phase. Resolve. He could attack Blazing Cartesia. He's going to banish one. He banished Kitt, so I can't search. 2 level 7s into Shangri-La. His end phase. My turn now. He's set 1. So now, send this card from your hand until the end of the next turn. Any card sent to the graveyard is banished instead. This was activated on turn 2. It's now turn 4, so I'm no longer under this condition, so I can play normally again. What he's done is activate Shangri-La. I've activated Maxx because he's going to special summon a Cartesia monster. That's resolved. He's summoning a monster. I draw a card, which is an absolutely bloody beautiful draw right here. And then activate Aluber to search. Add Lost. Target one face-up card your opponent controls, banish it face down. He didn't like that effect very much. Cartesia. This is a super smart play here to save Quiritus, because if I use Cartesia and Quiritus to special summon a fusion monster, I'm taking Quiritus off the field, so this effect can no longer resolve, because target one face-up card your opponent controls. The thing is, I won't control Quiritus anymore, because I've sent it to the graveyard. I activate Lost to send Bystial Lubellion. He Ash Blossomed it. The Bystial Lubellion he Ash Blossomed. So I can't add a Bystial monster to my hand basically. And what's happened here is I've activated Albion to send Retribution to grab my Branded Fusion back after I use it. It's activating his trap here. He's down to 500 life points. Resolve. Send that back, draw a card. I've drawn Albaz. I use Branded Fusion. All confidence that I'm going to win this game now because he's at 500 life points. I have lost here to protect my Branded Fusion. And what I would have done there is actually go into the main combo I showed you in the last video. So Albion, and then summon Lubellion into Mirror Jade, and then I would have banished his monster and attacked the game. We're here in game 3. He's going first yet again, and I'm going second. But the hand I've got here for going second is Maxx, 2 Allure of Darkness, a Patchwork, and a Called by the Grave. Pretty much a game over if I don't draw a dark monster with Allure of Darkness in the next turn. If I don't draw any cards off Maxx, obviously. So what he's doing here, he's activating Necro Valley. So he could be playing zombies or something like that. Gravekeepers. I activate Maxx anyway because I'm bricked. Any card draws here is really good. He activates this effect and just plays the game because I don't have anything to stop him. So he's entered his phase and I've drawn Maxx from Maxx, so that's pretty helpful. End phase. It's now my turn. So what I've done is I've drawn Opening. This is fine. The thing is he has a face down card here and he also has 2 cards in the hand. If he has an Ash Blossom, I'm screwed. This card can't be really, it's an imperm, it's fine because I don't have a monster he can select for it. So I use Patchwork to bait out any Ash Blossom negates he might have or anything like that. I had Poly and Edge Imp Chain, send that. Activate Allure of Darkness because I'm now safe from the Banish condition because I have Edge Imp Chain here. And then I actually end up banishing that Edge Imp Chain because I need my Dark Monster Aluber to search out the deck for Branded Fusion. I can't send the Bystial Lubellion because it's a light monster. You have to send a dark monster, so I have to send Edge Imp Chain. Activate Aluber to search. And yeah, I was correct in that assumption because that is indeed an imperm. Negated. Activate the Bystial Lubellion to send it to add a Saronir to my hand. I activate Opening. Add Tragedy to my hand instead of the field because I can use Polymerization to fuse Tragedy and Aluber together. If I summon Tragedy to the field, he could have an opportunity to use any effects that I don't know of to destroy it, and then I wouldn't have another material to fusion summon, so I've added it to the hand for safety reasons. Then Opening's going to be in the graveyard now to protect our Despia monsters from destruction. So I've activated Saronir, send Retribution. I'm already playing ahead for that Branded Fusion to grab it back into my hand. Allure of Darkness because I have Tragedy to send to the Banish Zone to gain effects off it. So I do indeed send that. Activate effect. Add another Aluber. So I'm going to use Quiritus to reduce his level to 0. The reason I can do this is because it's a level 7 fusion monster and Quiritus accept level 8 or higher fusion monsters. Destroy all monsters, absolutely wonderful. Now I'm going to activate Maxx because why not? Might as well. Chain 2, that's going to be fine. Then I activate effect to add Tragedy to my hand. And he's going to do his plays here. To then fusion summon that monster back. Battle phase, he's attacked me. And I've gained some cards off Maxx. So I've gained Fusion Deployment and Regained. So Cartesia's effect, he has an effect that negates that effect. Cards in the graveyard cannot be banished. Negate any card effect that would move a card in the graveyard to a different place. Negate any card effect that changes types or attributes in the graveyard. With this hand right here, I can basically start up my deck again and just defeat him. Summon Regain, Patchwork, fade out any negates, Fusion Summon into Masquerade, Edge Imp Chain at Frightfur Patchwork, Fusion Summon Deployment, Albaz, Summon Mirror Jade, I draw Allure of Darkness from Albion, and I'm going to attack the game. So now I'm going to get into my deck profile, and in the last video I had an Ad Libitum in the deck. I've since removed it to add a second Tragedy for consistency reasons. I feel like another Tragedy is more consistent. I've also added Sprind. You saw in the first gameplay how useful it can be, and I took out a Proscanedian. I'm not able to summon it, and when I do, my opponent doesn't really have any good targets for this card. And I also added another copy of Retribution, obviously to grab Branded Fusion back into the hand. That's everything in this video. So if you enjoyed the video, give it a like, comment down below anything. I see every comment. If you didn't see last video, I'll have it up in the right hand corner as a card right now. You can select that and go watch that. And I'll see you in the next one, and thanks for watching.